Hello and welcome to the Cosmic Heart Podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Hope, and I am talking about the Ascension process today. It is quite important at this time that we get into what is actually happening on the planet. There are a lot of different viewpoints and speculations and teachings, etc., from all different walks of life. There's no right or wrong when it comes to someone's personal experience of reality. Um, we're all here to experience things in our own perceptual spatial awareness. And so when it comes to how we are each individually receiving the information, processing what's happening, and moving forward in our lives in whatever direction we're meant to, it's all an individual process. But I'm here to bring forth the collective and also the higher level divine guidance and wisdom. Now, there are a few steps to get into exactly what's going on and how to kind of navigate through this. So, I'll do my best in this particular episode to break down essentially the simplified and somewhat in-depth version of what exactly it is that I'm feeling to bring forth at this time. So essentially, Dolores Cannon, she is the pioneer of quantum healing hypnotherapy, QHHT. She is one of the main people that were able to gather information through past life regression sessions and what's called quantum healing hypnotherapy sessions through essentially gleaning information through each client that was connected into the higher consciousness grid. So for those who understand, you get it. And for those who need a little more help understanding, everything is energy. So when we look at everything as a whole, we're looking at the planet, right? So over the planet, we have an energetic structure. And this energetic structure can be called the matrix. It can be called the higher mind, the hive mind. It goes by a lot of names, whatever you want to call it. But this energetic structure connects all beings who are inhabiting the planet and the planet itself. So this is a collective of information, language, belief systems, knowledge, teachings, reality itself. So this is why, sometimes we can have an idea and then, or an invention, and then somebody else in a different part of the world will have that same idea or invention, because what happens is when we have an idea or an inspiration and we put it out, it goes up into the collective. When it goes up into the collective, it's like, if you can imagine, it's like the flower of life, but that's all energetic highways of information, knowledge, energy, etc. So it goes up, then someone else, it might drop down into their consciousness, which is their energy field. And therefore they will then absorb that if they're open and they can channel, they'll absorb that piece of information and they'll all of a sudden they have an idea and they're inspired. So everything is connected all of the time. What does that have to do with the ascension process and what's happening right now? So within this whole sphere of energy, right, the collective consciousness, we are all essentially tiny little fractals of creation, right? Our soul is the micro version of the macro version, which is the collective of souls and energy fields here on this planet. Then the bigger picture is there are oversouls, which I'll get into another time, but it breaks down through levels and layers. So the consciousness, the collective consciousness, is everybody's energy and souls together collectively on the planet. Then you have your smaller field of consciousness, which is your soul, your higher self, right? So you're a part of the creator, which I call source. So this this smaller level piece of consciousness that is your soul, that is your higher self. You have an energetic field, right? Your vortical energy field or your vortex. Together combined, as the planet itself is going through a shift in what we call frequency shift, it is increasing in a higher and higher level of frequency. So before, the planet was much more dense. It was vibrating at a lower speed of frequency. And everybody and everything on the planet was also vibrating harmoniously with this lower level, slower frequency. So then we can see through things like the Shumann resonance. You can look that up. I can link it in the video. You can look up the Shumann resonance and see that the Schumann resonance is essentially the heartbeat and also the frequency of the planet itself. So we have been going through a several year period of fluctuations with the Schumann resonance. It slows down and it speeds up, slows down and speeds up. It is theorized that the planet itself is going through a shift in a higher speed of frequency. Therefore, every living presence on the planet will be undergoing and is undergoing a shift in the speed of the frequency of which their energy field, their body's energy field, their whole vortex speeds up. So why that's important to even understand or break down mentally or even have a conscious awareness of it is through this process, your physical body is going through changes, but there are some misconceptions. So some of the misconceptions are that all of a sudden, everybody and everything is just going to like transcend with their physical body into like a higher dimensional reality or new earth, right? To an extent, yes, but it's a totally different process than what some people I've observed are teaching, to my understanding from my own guidance. So I just want to bring forth clarity and in hopes that it will help some people understand what is this ascension, what is going into 5D mean, like what does all this stuff mean, right? So as the speed and frequency increases on the planet itself, in this realm that we are living in, our energy fields, our whole vortical energy field, which is our whole entire space of energy around our physical body, is also increasing in speed. That's going to bring about some symptoms, potentially not always, but some of which can be headaches. It can be feeling really, really tired, feeling really sluggish, feeling just unmotivated sometimes, just feeling really exhausted all the time, digestive issues. You may feel heart palpitations. You might feel a change in your blood pressure. There's all different things that can happen because when your body and your energy field is used to being in a certain level of frequency, right? And then all of a sudden it's like rapidly changing up to this higher level of frequency. Your body got used to being at that level that it was at, and your energy field did too. So all of a sudden it's like somebody's hitting a gong in front of you over and over and over again, faster and faster. That gong is creating ripples in your energy field. And if somebody's doing that over and over and over, nonstop, constantly, 24 hours a day, it's going to cause a disturbance in your energy field. The gong has a medicinal benefit and has sound healing properties, and it can clear you really, really well. But if you're constantly having this shift in your vibrational field and your body's energy field and your literal cells and physical structure, it's going to cause a disturbance. So the way that my guides are giving me the tools to help assist at this time for the frequency shift and the ascension process is drink a lot more water than you think you need. Drink a lot more water all of the time. Whenever you feel like you need to take a sip of water, at least just take a sip, take a couple, whatever you need to do, but you have to really be mindful of staying hydrated. The second thing is your dietary preferences might change. The way that your body is integrating and accepting foods really may more than likely change. And that's because as you ascend into a higher state of frequency, you're ascending into a lighter state of frequency. So things like beef, pork, really heavy, dense foods that are harder for the body and the digestive system to break down, because you have to remember your body is also energy, and your energy field helps fuel your body to break things down. So when your energy is becoming a lighter state, it's having to really go in and break things down that are heavy and dense for it. It may cause bloating, it may cause digestive issues, it may cause slower digestive time periods for you to break down things. Things that you may not have been super sensitive to before, or maybe you were, but you weren't really fully aware of it. You could tolerate it. You may be a lot more sensitive now. You may see physical changes in your body. Your stomach may become distended. You may have constipation. You might have headaches, like I said. There are different symptoms that can happen in the body when your body and your energy field is ascending into a lighter state of being, because your body needs more purified foods. You may feel called to eat a lot more pure. You may just want fruit. You may just want salads. You might really not even want meat so much anymore. You might not want to have a bunch of breads and stuff like that. It's all based off of where you individually are in your process of ascension. I will say, from observation, that some of you will be catapulted. If your soul has already decided for you that you are going through this ascension process and it's going to be a rapid process for you, you may not have the option to just slowly integrate new things. Your soul may very well just throw you in the fire, so to speak, and you just all of a sudden are rapidly going through these changes. That's all part of your individual process and path. There's no one size fits all. These are just from my guides and my higher family. They are pushing me to get these messages out into the world. I'm really strongly and heavily being guided to essentially share the knowledge and wisdom that I have now with the world, which takes a lot of courage on my part, because I have, to be honest, been very reclused for a very long time. Partially out of fear, also out of life circumstances that I was going through prior. So as you move forward, it's really important to keep your focus. This is what my guides say. You do with this whatever you feel is best. But it's really important, as they say, to focus primarily on loving your own body, loving your own life, and practicing being in gratitude all the time, in a state of gratitude, in a state of centeredness, living from your heart space, and really truly focusing on how can you find your love for yourself and your life within, and how can you then take that love and apply it to loving and assisting others through what it is that you're here to bring. Whether you're a grocery store clerk and you simply, seemingly simply, but not really, it is a bigger impact than you might think. Just spread love every day. You see so many people working in a grocery store. You don't know who you're going to impact. Maybe that person was contemplating not being here anymore. And maybe you looked them in their eyes and you said, you know what, I hope you have a really beautiful day today. You may save that person's life. You don't know who you impact. And when you love yourself and you practice loving your life and gratitude for everything that you have to be thankful for, and you radiate that love out into the world, onto others, you're going to be doing your part. You don't have to be a guru. You don't have to be a teacher. You don't have to be a healer. You already are a healer, and you already are doing your part. But my guides say, very, very important now to practice remembering to love yourself. And as you do this, it will be natural. You will flow that love out into the world. And this is why my podcast is called The Cosmic Heart, because I focus my everyday life on connecting to the heart of the cosmos, to the divine love that I am inherently within my being. And I know that this life is a gift. And yes, sometimes it has not felt like that. But when we really truly look around us, we can find so many things to be thankful for that so many people don't have in this world. And so when we practice gratitude, when we practice mindfulness, when we love ourselves and appreciate our life and our reality and our blessings, more than we focus on the things that we're not grateful for, more beautiful things will come into our reality. So with that, I'm going to leave you with a message, and that is, love yourself and the rest will flow. This process is going to be interesting. We hope for the very best on the planet moving forward, and we're all just doing our best. So keep doing your best. Love yourself. Have a good day.